going on, guys? Chun is back. I got another 4th gen OU match today against quackPenguinX, who many of you know. But yeah, his side of the match is already uploaded on his channel, so I'll leave a link in the description to his side of the battle. Definitely go check him out. Excellent player. Definitely one of the better players here on YouTube. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. He's going to lead with Heatran, I lead with Dragonite, and I feel pretty safe in this matchup since I don't think he'd blow up on turn 1, and there's only one person that I would ever switch Dragonite out of from a Heatran against. So I go right for the superpower. He goes into Swampert to scout for the Life Orb recoil. He doesn't see it, so I think he was thinking I was packing either Lumberry or Yachiberry. I am packing Lumberry though. I make a really aggressive play here and stay in the Draco Meteor, knowing full well it does not one-hit KO. And I only do this because I know he's going to set up rocks first, so I can threaten the 2-hit KO. And I'm just going to keep making stick to the plan, actually. And just Draco Meteor again, since I'm certain now that I am faster, and I'm going to be able to take a Swampert out and get the very early 6-5 lead. So things are looking pretty good right now, at least for the first, so far so good anyway, first couple turns here. But he's going to bring Kingdra in on the free switch, and it got me a little suspicious. In the back of my mind, I remember him using Specs Kingdra before, but I didn't want to make any assumptions yet, so I go to Pert, just because I don't want to stay in with Dragonite since I might need it for later. He does Draco Meteor, but he misses, but now I know he's Specs. It's a double-edged sword, really, because Pert's safe from ridiculous damage, 78% minimum, but now I have to go to something else to resist it. And I really don't have anything to take a Specs Draco Meteor, and Sizzle is the best thing I can come up with, since it's the steel type with the most bulk on this team. I had a small chance to avoid the 2-hit KO, so I go to it. I don't take it well at all, and he's actually modest and not timid. And in hindsight, when that hit, the game was already halfway over. But definitely don't want to stay in since I might need Scissor for the pivot game later. So I go back to Swampert, hoping he's staying to go for the KO, but he goes to Heatran, possibly expecting the U-turn. Really wanted to try to get rocks up, and he ultimately went for Hidden Power Grass, which did cross my mind for a second, but I stay in, and I honestly didn't expect it this turn. But he goes for it right away, which pays off big for him. I was really kicking myself after that one, since I should know better and I should always scout first. And I see he's got Life Orb, so he's a Life Orb set. Not having rocks up kind of affects a few of my decisions, as you'll see in a few turns here. Dragonite is not an option since he's Life Orb, since he'll probably outspeed me and explode. But anyway, I go to Kingdra, threaten the Waterfall. He goes to Shaman on my Dragon Dance. That was another questionable play. I think just waterfalling would have been better, but I waterfall now, and now he knows I'm a Dragon Dance set, and I only went for waterfall just to see if he had the leftovers or not on his Shaman. Pretty risky on my part though, since if he was offensive, it would have been an easy 2-hit KO. But I was pretty sure he's the more common Leech Seed Protect set, which he does show here. And I go to Gengar because naturally I get the drop, and did learn something about my team. I don't have a great answer to an early game Shaman until I know what hidden power it's carrying. So I'm sub 3 attacks, so we're gonna go back and forth for a couple turns here. I can't sub down since I'd be digging myself a grave, and lefties are just delaying the inevitable, but I don't want to go to Dragonite in case he catches me on the switch and he has hidden power Ice, which is pretty common nowadays to deal with the dragons. And at the same time, I don't want to go to Scizor on the off chance he does have Hidden Power Fire, so I just stay in and just spam Shadow Ball to weaken the Shaman so I can threaten in a one-hit KO with something else. And the sequence doesn't really go too well, and in hindsight I should have just been more aggressive and just went to either Dragonite or Scizor, and if either went down, then I just have to figure something else out from there. But I'm also surprised how well his Shaman is taking Shadow Ball, because it's a flat out 4-hit KO, and I'm not Life Orb, but still it's a Gengar, so this Shaman is really bulky. So Gengar, the fastest member of the team, is going to go down, and I just decided to go to Scizor at this point to try to get off a Choice Band U-turn. seeing the bulk that this shaman has, but this was kind of another mistake because Leech Seed Protect Shaman likes choice Pokemon since it can scout what they lock into and go to an appropriate switch. And in this case, it's going to be his Heatran. And I decide I'm just going to go back to Dragonite off the U-turn. I could have gone to Kingdra, but then the sequence would just repeat itself again and he'd go back to Shaman knowing I won't Outrage. And since Gengar's gone, I really don't have too much left for Shaman. Naturally, he's going to outspeed me here and explode. It seemed really obvious, and I should have just gone to Scizor. But I still had no idea what hidden power his Shaman had, and Kingdra was still hanging out as well, so I just let Dragonite eat it. And I don't even think I was keeping track of how much damage Scizor had taken at this point. And I realized it here because I bring it back in on the double down as he goes back to Shaman. And I just played right into the game by locking into U-turn as he protects. Since bringing a choice Pokemon in on a double down, it's a good play, but it's also an obvious one. Especially a U-turner like Scizor, so he's actually not going to be able to come back in now. And I wish the only turn it can come in here, and now he reveals a Gengar of his own. And nothing left on my team is as fast as a Gengar, so I decided to go into Kingdra at this point because I just thought there was no way I was going to be able to set up anything with it, and I would get a chance to see what set he's running at least. Probably not the best play since I still hadn't burned Chestoberry yet, but I fought her Kingdra out, go into Metagross. His Gengar is Life Orb, so Shadow Ball is going to do a ton of damage, but I know it's not going to one-hit KO. So this is pretty much my last chance to win this game. I have to set up an agility and hope that he doesn't have priority, which I had not seen yet. So I was hoping to make some sort of a comeback sweep. And this is exactly what I go for. I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt, and unfortunately he does reveal his last, which is a Lucario. And once I saw that, I knew it was good game, since naturally he's got extreme speed. But I guess looking from his team makeup, it was pretty offensive in hindsight outside of Swampert and Shaman, and typically Gengar and Luke roll together. I missed the Zen Headbutt, but it really didn't matter because it wouldn't have one-hit KO'd, even if I had Life Orb. So, and it was a decent game. I definitely realized after the match that I might have taken too long of a break, and I was definitely out of practice, especially since I did a 180 and went from playing really aggressively to playing really defensively on turn 5. But it was still a good game. Penguin, I hope to do better next time because I know I can give a better match than that, and hopefully I'll get the chance to do that. But anyway, guys, definitely go check out his channel out. Again, I'll leave a link in the description if you guys don't know who he is. But yeah, until next episode, I'm out, guys. Peace.